Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in today's reading for you. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through the cards that come out in today's reading for you. So the first card we have is the Three of Cups. You do have some water sign energy with this. You could be dealing with a Cancer or a Pisces or even a Scorpio. And we have the Knight of Cups. And we have the Queen of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Fool card. So with the Fool card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of really being in a space where there is a lot of enjoyment or excitement at this time, or surrounding this connection, or surrounding this period at this time. I do feel like with the Fool card showing up over here, there's like an energy of really being able to experience an enjoyable time within this connection, or even just at this time. You do feel like it's leading to what feels like a lot of magical moments when it comes to even meeting new people. I do feel like with the Fool card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of kind of being in a space where there is a sense of excitement when it comes to what a connection brings. I do feel like there's even a sense of being in a space where there is a desire to be able to see something through, as far as being able to take a leap of faith in a connection with someone, not knowing really where things are going to end up, but really just following one's heart. I do feel like with the Fool card showing up over here, this energy also feels quite fortunate. So it does feel like a sense of being in a space where there is a sense of feeling quite alive in the connection, and it does feel like being able to experience a lot of enjoyment because of being able to really follow that instinct or that gut feeling. I do feel like though the Three of Cups showing up over here, it also feels like enjoyable energy. It does feel like having a strong foundation of friendship. This could be also a sense of being able to experience these moments where you could be going out. So it feels like a social energy with the Three of Cups showing up over here. Being surrounded by people that you love and that love you. I do feel like with this Three of Cups showing up over here, it feels like strengthening friendships. And I do feel like being able to really attain that strong bond through the start of a strong friendship. I do feel like with this Knight of Cups showing up over here though, this energy feels like being able to either having someone who's coming towards you. I do feel like this person's coming towards you in a very open way. They're being quite expressive, and I do feel like they also could be someone who wears their heart on their sleeve. But I do feel like there's something quite charming about the way they move and the way they approach you. I do feel like with this Knight of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of person wanting to get your attention, but I do feel like it's not them wanting to get your attention just for the sake of being able to get your attention. I do feel like there's something about you that's making them feel this. It's like they're acting on their feelings or their instincts. And I do feel like this Knight of Cups show up over here, this energy feels romantic. It also feels like being able to have a start to a connection that feels quite deep. It feels quite beautiful as well. I do feel like this person being quite sweet to you. And I do feel like this person showing you a side of themselves that's quite romantic as well. I do feel like with this Queen of Cups showing up over here, this energy does feel like having a strong emotional connection. I do feel like a strong emotional connection being present. And I do feel like with this Queen of Cups showing up over here, it's genuine, it's sincere. It also feels like a sense of being emotionally available, and also feel like that's why there's no barrier to the depth of your connection with this person. I do feel like with the Queen of Cups showing up over here, this energy feels very caring. It also feels very gentle, but in the sense that this person isn't trying to hurt you. I do feel like they are someone who's quite considerate, and I do feel like they have a lot of care for you. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Four of Wands. And we have the Four of Swords in the reverse and the Page of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Judgment card. So with this Judgment card showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like a pretty honest kind of an energy. It does feel like also being in a very discerning kind of an energy. It does feel like kind of really analyzing things. I do feel like with the Fool card showing up over here, this energy almost feels a little bit naive. But with the Judgment card showing up over here, this does feel like a sense of really thinking about things more than you may realize. It's like this person or the situation is still one that's thought out. I do feel like with the Judgment card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience a sense of awakening at this time or in this connection, or kind of feeling the sense of freedom, and it's also leading to a lot of epiphanies in a lot more ways than just one. It does feel like a sense of spiritual awakening, and I do feel like this connection also being one that's also contributing to that for one or both people involved in this connection. I do feel like with this Four of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being surrounded by many people, but I do feel like it's many people who are supporting you or rooting for you. I do get that with this Four of Wands showing up over here. So does also feel like an element of security and things kind of feeling very grounded within a connection. I do feel like this person may even want to be able to kind of have or propose some kind of an offer that feels like it's actually adding more security to your connection. I do feel like with the Four of Wands showing up over here, so I feel like an energy of being able to work well together or being able to complement each other's energies in a good way. I do feel like there's a solid or strong foundation of friendship with this Three of Cups showing up over here. And with this Four of Wands showing up over here, so I feel like a strong sense of partnership. And it feels like you could have a lot of common ground with this person, or a common way of looking at things or outlooks. I do feel like with the Four of Wands card showing up over here, this does also feel like an energy of being able to have a connection going to a new level or being able to really reach a milestone. With the Three of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being surrounded by many people who are kind of, they could be celebrating you, or the situation may be actually a celebratory one. It could be a wedding, even with the Four of Wands. I do feel like with the Four of Swords showing up in the reverse, so that's like an energy of you being able to get the chance to speak to someone. I do feel like there could be a sense of feeling ready to be able to speak about something or speak to someone, but it does feel like having communication. And I do feel like it's when you feel up for it when it comes to a conversation that feels quite deep. It feels quite, it could even feel a little bit overdue, but I do feel like there's a positive energy surrounding the conversation. I even feel like this person being in a space where they may be approaching you in a way that is quite respectful. And I do feel like also being able to have a conversation go well with this person. With the Page of Pentacles showing up over here, this energy does feel quite promising. It does also feel quite serious when it comes to the outlook of things. I do feel like with the Fool card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to have a really fun-loving kind of a connection that feels quite exhilarating. But I do feel like there are there's more depth, or there are even deeper layers to your connection than what meets the eye, or what is at face value, what meets the eye, what someone sees at face value from your connection. Because I do feel like there's so much more depth and even so much more thought behind a lot of this connection. It's not just feelings, but it also feels like also the practical side of things also being something that's also present in your connection. But I do feel like you work well together with the Four of Swords showing up over here as well. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have getting to know each other. And we have this could be the one. And we have free yourself. So with the getting to know each other card showing up over here, I do feel like there is a sense of being able to experience getting to deepen a bond between two people. I do feel like with this Three of Cups card showing up over here, there is a sense of actually having some kind of acquaintance with this person, or being able to have something in common with this person, but developing upon that and kind of being able to explore or deepen the bond between the two of you when it comes to being able to have deeper conversations. And I do feel like with this getting to know each other card showing up over here, this could also be you meeting someone new. And I do feel like with the Fool card showing up over here, feels like things kind of starting off in a way that feels very exciting. It feels like there could even be what feels like a sense of really a fun start to things, but I do feel like there's a lot more depth and a lot more layers to your connection and even to this person. I do feel like with this could be the one card showing up over here. This does feel like an energy of being able to really get to this point of realization of how much someone means to you, or how much, or them realizing how much you mean to them. I do feel like with the Judgment card showing up over here, this energy feels reflective, and it feels like being very honest with oneself about where they are at, their feelings, and even the way they feel about you. And with this could be the one, I do feel like there's a sense of reflecting on things and recognizing just how much things mean to them. I do feel like with this could be the one, they may be seeing you as the one, but with this Knight of Cups showing up over here, I do feel like this person being expressive with this and coming towards you, or being expressive towards you about where they are at. I do feel like with the Free Yourself card showing up over here, I get this pertaining to the Fool card. This does feel like an energy of being in a space where there is a sense of really being in a space where it's like giving yourself permission, or this person giving themselves permission to really be able to enjoy this connection, and do feel like not holding back. And with this Free Yourself card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of feeling quite empowered. I do feel like there's something about this time or this connection, there's something that is actually bringing out what feels like the best version of themselves. I do feel like there's a sense of getting to know themselves on a deeper level, or this could be your energy. With the Judgment card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of an epiphany or a breakthrough, or even a spiritual awakening. But it does feel like giving yourself permission to be able to really explore that. And also, I do feel like even this connection being one that's kind of eye-opening or awakening some part of yourself that feels like it's taking you to that deeper level. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Virgo. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Virgo.